Hey,
Hi.
everybody. Zach, thanks so much for letting us speak to everyone today. We're so excited. This is the first time Kelly and I have both had the opportunity to speak at a summit, virtual summit, but we're so excited to be here, kind of here. And we're going to be talking to you guys today about customer service systems. Are you excited, Kelly?
Woohoo! So excited. Let's
Here we go.
dive right into this juicy topic.
Here we go. We're going to get down and dirty right now with customer service systems, which here's the deal. I'm just going to put it out there, you guys. Like, this is not an extremely exciting topic. It is maybe something that you put off, maybe something that you avoid, maybe something that, like, if the to-do list is really long, this might be the thing that maybe gets pushed aside and it doesn't happen. But I'm going to tell you, this is like the most important thing you can do in your business. It is the foundation of your business, and your business is not going to grow if you are not just harvesting the customers, but taking care of them. You work so hard to get those customers, right? With your parties and everything you do, you want to take care of them and you want to make sure that it's fruitful. So we're going to cover how you can take care of these customers daily. And this is going to be talking about mainly Facebook parties, your weekly parties. And then Kelly's actually going to jump into talking about how you can provide exceptional customer service on a weekly, monthly, and even quarterly basis. It's going to be really good. All right, so I'm going to start off by talking about your weekly Facebook parties. Now, this is assuming that everybody watching this does weekly Facebook parties. If you don't, we're here to tell you that you should, okay? This is what feeds your business. It's what fills your funnel. And without the weekly parties, you may have an awesome customer group, okay? You may have a thriving customer group, but it's only going to take you so far, right? And then those leads are going to kind of be exhausted. And then you're going to be kind of sitting there going, well, what do I do now? How do I find new people? And parties are how you find new people. Parties are the answer. So we understand that maybe not everybody is doing weekly Facebook parties or Instagram parties, but we want to encourage you all to reconsider that because it's an extremely important part of your business. So in those parties, you are going to want to follow up with people and engage with people consistently. That is the key. You're going to want to be completely engaged with your customers in the parties, and you want to bring the appropriate energy. Energy is so important, and believe it or not, even on a computer screen, energy matters. So if you are frustrated about something, if you're frustrated about inventory or stock or something that didn't go your way that day, it's going to probably come off in the way you communicate with people. And we can take this conversation to a whole nother level. We can talk about, as a leader, what that type of energy might do to a team. But we're going to focus on customer service systems and talk about the fact that it's going to even leak into your communication with your customers. So be grateful for what we have here, you guys. This is such a phenomenal company and opportunity. Be so grateful that we launch new products every week. Be so grateful that we're constantly restocking things. Be so grateful that we're growing and thriving. And yeah, sometimes we sell out of stuff because it's that awesome. Just focus on gratitude and take that gratitude into your connections with people. Focus on really just kind of showing up ready to serve. You are that person's personal shopper. Like, you have to own that role. And Kelly and I have talked a lot about this lately. And I love what you shared earlier, Kelly. Would you mind telling them about how you look at this piece?
Yeah, so think of it as if you opened a boutique, a brick and mortar boutique, and somebody walked into your store, would you just like sit there and let them walk around the shop without walking up and introducing yourself and saying hello and asking them how you might be able to serve them? So really take that to heart and kind of apply that in your parties, that you want to, comment, engage, respond. Don't just like their posts, for example, and ask them questions and almost like set up a little dressing room, aka a little private chat message back and forth, so that you can help serve them. And Kim's going to talk more about what that might look like.
Yes, I love that. I love the dressing room, right? Like, your private messenger chat is the dressing room. And as we were talking about this, I often will tell people, like, can you imagine, like, if you've ever been wedding dress shopping, you show up to buy your wedding dress and you walk in the door, and what if the sales clerk was just like, okay, I'm over here if you need me. Like, that's not helpful, right? You don't know anything about wedding dresses. You've never shopped at that store before. You need ideas, you need suggestions. And as the sales rep or sales clerk in this scenario, it's our job to take ownership of that and be super, super proactive. So I want you to just take that word pushy and just eliminate it from your vocabulary, because you offering help to these people, this is not pushy. It is what you are supposed to do, because otherwise they're just going to feel overwhelmed. Look at how many amazing pieces we have on our website. Without help, you're overwhelmed. You want to buy 87 things and then you're like, I don't know what to do. And that's where we come in. We simplify it and we make it a really stress-free process for people. In fact, I say that in my live videos in my parties. Let me make this less stressful for you. Let me save you time. And that's really how you have to look at your role in the party. So you are going to private message people who engage with you. And here is something that has been really, really, really helpful to my business lately. Having the host actually help you with this process and start three-way messages with you and the guest. So what Kelly and I have started having our teams do, and we're doing it ourselves too. In fact, I just did this today. I reached out to my host and I said, hey, can you identify the top 10 to 20 people in this party who you were most excited about accepting and joining, and connect me with them in a three-way message? And I want her to keep it brief. I give her an example of what to say. And then I chime in and say, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to help you. What are we shopping for this week? Question mark. Now, here's the thing about engaging with customers in private message. You have to end in a question mark. All right, you have to end in a question. You want to elicit a response. So make sure that whatever the question is, it doesn't need to be like anything hardcore. It needs to be light and easy to respond to. That's the whole point. So a lot of times, we'll give you some examples actually. And a lot of times whenever I'm reaching out to customers, I like to ask them something like, okay, so tell me about the type of workouts you do. Or are you more of a leisure girl? I think, Kelly, you probably have a couple of different examples of ways you like to start these combos too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I ask them, like, tell me about your lifestyle. Are you looking for something maybe you can be cozy, doing virtual school at home? Or are you looking for something maybe you can wear to the workplace? If so, what would that look like? Or do you prefer yoga or CrossFit? Just to kind of get a feel for what they're like, and what they would use the products for. But then also I kind of ask them a little bit about their style. Are you more edgy? Do you like darker colors? Do you like more bright, fun floral colors? And that kind of guides me down a path. And then after I send a couple suggestions, I say, am I on the right track? Question mark. And then always gets a response back. They say yes or no or whatnot. And it just kind of continues the conversation rolling.
I love that. Am I on the right track? That's perfect. Because that's an easy question to respond to. So think about that the whole time you're private messaging with these guests. What is a safe way to make sure they're going to respond and feel safe and comfortable communicating with me? Because that's what you want to do, is create a relationship. And the party helping them shop is where that starts. Also, if you are going to take the time to send links, which you totally should, okay, once they give you this information, identify your favorite products that go along with what they're asking for. Give them sizing tips on those products. Make suggestions on, oh my gosh, when I wear these joggers, I absolutely love wearing this top with them. Or this bra, these straps are so cute with this tank. Don't be afraid to upsell in that way, because it's casual. It's not pushy. It's just, people don't want half an outfit. People want to have the whole look. A lot of people do. And if they don't, they just won't buy it. So get pushy out of your head again and just give them ideas, give them suggestions. And then make sure that you thank them in the party. The thank you is really powerful. It's powerful because you're acknowledging their order and you're thanking them, but you're also showing everybody else that they shopped. And you're planting seeds. What we like to do on our team, and I think a lot of you do the same, we like to post pictures of what they ordered, to kind of plant seeds of like, here's some of the items that are super popular right now. Oh my gosh, this is the third person I've seen buy that adorable metallic yellow strappy bra. I need that thing. Or something like that. Just make sure that you're making it clear. You could build a collage or you could just post the pictures, but make sure you put a thank you out there. And you can actually even enlist the help of your host in this process. And you can do that by, if you create a cute little image, if your host is one of those go-getters that's really involved and really excited about the party, and you can tell she would love this task, send her one of those images and say, hey, Kelly just ordered this. Do you want to do the thank you in the group? And then she can go do it for you. So there's a million other things we could suggest, but we only have so much time. But the main thing I want to leave you on with this daily customer service piece and connecting with the guest of your party is everything that you do in that private message chat, everything that you can do to strengthen the relationship at the party is going to increase the odds that that person is going to engage with you in the future. We need future hosts, we need future team members, and customers are where it all starts. And the stronger and faster you build that relationship, the faster it will yield that fruit that will turn into something really meaningful. So there's your daily tips. Now Kelly's going to take it away talking about weekly.
All right, so you worked so hard throughout this party engaging your customers, and now they are receiving their pieces. And think about, when was the last time that you shopped somewhere and the salesperson actually followed up with you? Like, that does not happen. It does not happen in today's world, at least, right? That's like so old school. But it is such a nice touch, and it really is one of the things that differentiates us and our style of business from just going to one of those other box stores and buying other brands. So it is really important that you do that follow-up after the party. And in our organization, we call this system Follow-Up Friday. And it can really be any day. We just thought Friday is a great day to do it. And the idea is, though, that every Friday, it's Follow-Up Friday, and that you would follow up with the customers that purchased from you the previous week. So by then, typically, and you might need to adjust this depending on what shipping times are like in your area, but by then, typically, they had the opportunity to get the pieces, and you can follow up with them and just engage with them and start that conversation again. So, for example, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. Now, if you are maybe super busy, run around all the time, and have no computer time, then this might be for you. If you are just on your cell phone and literally like sitting at, soccer or baseball practice, whatever it might be, you can just go to your phone, go to your email, and go in your subject line history. So just basically just search customer event order, those 3 words, and all your orders will come up from your customers over in chronological order. And Zai makes it so easy because you can actually literally, it shows them it shows you what the order was. It shows you what they exactly the items that they purchased, so you can kind of like refresh your mind a little bit. And then it also even has their phone number. So if you don't like to connect with people on Facebook, you can shoot them a text. I personally do a lot more on Facebook. So then you just go right over to your Facebook conversation that you had already started, like Kim just suggested. And you can follow up with that person. And it does not have to be this big, long thing. It can literally just be like, hey, girl, I'm dying to hear, what do you think of your Zaya? Or how much are you loving your Zaya? I can't wait to hear from you, or whatever it might be. But it's just a quick 1-word, 1 to 2 sentence question that you're asking them. Super conversational, super light, enough that they can just very easily respond back to you. So Kim, give them another example. What do you usually say when you follow up with people?
Yeah, I'm actually really predictable. I do exactly what you said. I just take it a tiny step further and I reference a specific product. So like, oh my gosh, girl, I'm dying to hear, what do you think of the All-Star bra? Question mark, the end.
Done. And it shows that in your email, so it's so easy to figure out what that was. So that's the quickest way to do it by far. But if you want to be a little bit more systematic with it, in your back office, your myzaya.com, you can export your order history. So you can literally go click on order history, pick your dates, and export all your different customer orders that you have. Click on Excel right there and put it into an Excel spreadsheet. This would be like kind of like your base spreadsheet there. And you can keep that and then actually add a couple more columns to the top of it there. So it not only has all the customer's contact information and their name and what they or the date that they ordered, but then you can also add like followed up ? And then you can kind of check it off as you go. And then maybe another column for, did I ask them to host ? That's kind of where this takes you. So it starts with a conversation of, what do you think of your pieces? And then they respond and they say, oh my gosh, I love it. It's amazing, blah, blah, blah. And you say, that's awesome. What do you think about getting your next pair of leggings for free? Would you be open to sharing the line with your friends and you could be a hostess? What do you say? I have an opening next week. And it kind of just keeps the conversation going that way. Or maybe you can say something like, oh my gosh, I saw that you were so excited about the line and you love the leggings. Would you be open to checking out more about becoming a brand rep with me as I active. So you can continue to evolve the conversation to that next level. You don't have to just leave it at, great, I'm glad you love your leggings, so talk to you never. Like, no, you can continue that conversation going forward. So that kind of just starts it that way. So that's two different ways, and you can track that in your spreadsheet to be kind of more strategic long term. Now, another kind of aspect of weekly customer service, if you really want to focus on being strategic, is when we get the new releases. So Zaya has new releases every Wednesday. It's like the best thing ever, and it's a perfect marketing opportunity for you to reach out to people. So you can do a kind of the same type of a thing. You can run a report in your back office. Like, let's say, for example, a couple weeks ago when the blue metallics came out, right? Perfect opportunity to remarket to metallic lovers. So you can go into your back office and go to order history and then search by product code and put in the black metallic legging code and see who comes up, a whole list of people who have purchased the black metallics, and you can remarket and personally reach out to those people who would like the blue metallics. Another thing that you can do is do it in your email again. Just type the word metallic in your email subject line and you'll see all the different orders that people had purchased metallics that you can personally reach out to there too. So those are a couple different ideas for you and how you can be specific. Kim, did I miss anything with the weekly follow-up?
No, I think it sounds perfect.
All right, perfect. Okay, so those are the kind of two different types of weekly follow-up that you absolutely have to do. And if you are not following up with your customers after they receive their orders, shame on you. Like, that is probably the biggest missed opportunity in your entire business. Or if you're finding like, wow, I'm getting a lot of sales, but I don't have bookings consistently, then they're not doing the follow-up. You have to follow up to have those consistent bookings. All right, so the next kind of category we're going to talk about is monthly follow-up. So we're always going to have those people when we do that weekly follow-up that say, oh gosh, no, not right now. I'm so busy. I probably could do it when the kids get back to school. Or, oh gosh, I would love to look at the business opportunity, but I'm wrapping up this big project at work. And as soon as that's done, I can look at it and talk more. So that's a perfect opportunity, but if we don't follow up from that, then we're going to miss that. So it's important to have some system in place, whether you use your phone and you have just like a little note section in your phone that you have like, September, and then you list all the different people you want to follow up with in September. Or maybe use that spreadsheet that I just talked about, the exported spreadsheet that you add the columns to with maybe some notes, or the next follow-up date is one of the columns, and okay, I'm going to go and follow up with that person in September when school gets back in. Or maybe you use Google Calendar or like reminders in your phone. There's lots of different ways that you can do it. But Kim, how do you kind of keep track of people on a monthly basis that way?
I do two things. I have a running list in my planner. I'm very pencil and paper. Kelly's very spreadsheet and sophisticated. I'm very like old school, pencil and paper. But Kelly did teach me something really helpful, and I often stick reminders in my calendar now. So the second Beth told me I want to host in September, on September 1st, I set a little ding, ding, ding. So it'll tell me contact Beth so she can host this month.
So easy. So we don't have to overcomplicate these systems. They can be so easy. And then the quarterly kind of follow-up that you should be doing is really keeping in mind that what we offer, what we sell is not just clothes. We also offer an amazing business opportunity. And oftentimes when we offer the opportunity to somebody to either be a hostess or to become a rep, the timing is just not right. And they might say no, and we take it as a no, not ever, but really it's just a no, not now. So when somebody says, no, I don't think this is right for me, I'm just too busy, or whatever their objection might be, really clarifying and saying, just so I understand, is this something that that's not right for you right now? Or is this something that you're not right for you ever? And most people will say, I just think right now is not the right time. And if that's the case, say, would it be all right? Like, you're almost asking permission. I totally get it, whatever, validate whatever they said, but would you be all right with me following up with you or checking back maybe this fall and just say whatever the next quarter might be, this fall or this winter or after the new year or whatever the next quarter is, because things do change in people's lives pretty much every 3 or 4 months. They either get hired or they get fired, or the kids go back to school or they don't go back to school, or things change in their spouse's world, whatever it might be. Sports schedules change. So it really is worthwhile to follow up with people on an ongoing basis quarterly that way. Also, keep a list of your dream team. People that you would love to have on your team that never really kind of gave you a good yes or a no or not ever answer, but that you want to always kind of be dripping on? I cannot tell you how often I've had to ask people multiple times, and then once they finally say yes, they're like, "You never asked me more than once," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been asking you like quarterly for like the last 18 months." So sometimes it takes asking people multiple times. So just kind of keep dripping on people on a quarterly basis, especially those hot people that are at the top of your kind of dream team list. So yeah, so those are kind of the different ways that we wanted to teach you guys how to have customer service. Just to recap, it was daily customer service and serving your customers in your weekly parties. It is weekly follow-up for your parties, and making sure that you're letting people know about the new releases, and then also having a strategic system to follow up after their orders are received. It's monthly follow-up so that you're not letting things fall through the cracks when they said not now, but I will in a few months or whatever it might be. And then quarterly follow-up to make sure that as people's lives change, you might not be the first thing on their list, but then when you re-engage with them, you never know, it might be the perfect time for them. So that's what we have for you. And thank you guys so much. Let's have an awesome rest of the day.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.